My name is Nixon-Bilbrey. I've been doing hair for 6.5 years. I've owned my salon for 3 of those years, and I'm here today to film my audition video for Redken. What's special about Redken is the fact that they help the hairdresser. They want them to achieve things that I feel like other color companies don't want other hairdressers to achieve. Redken helps the hairdresser behind the chair, business-wise and education-wise. They want them to learn, earn, and live better, and I believe that's a great motto. The most life-changing Redken event I would say of mine was when I visited the Exchange in New York City last fall. That class really taught me a lot about color and the ins and out of it, and it also busted a lot of myths that I thought I knew, but really I was wrong about. I wanted to aspire to be more than just your average hairdresser. I want to be the next international artist. I want to work on stage. I want to be a platform artist. I want to help that hairdresser who is struggling behind the chair, who's struggling with education, who's aspiring to be more, but they don't have that help. I want to be the person that they look back in 10 years and say, Rebecca helped me. Rebecca inspired me to be more. The biggest trick to hairstyling, I would say, is a facial shape. Knowing someone's facial shape will set you up for your cut, your color, their makeup, their clothing, their jewelry, their everyday life. It just really sets the normal hairdresser apart from the spectacular hairdresser. I could not live without curvaceous ringlet because it helps my hair have life that the curls never had before, and it reduces the frizz. I am charismatic, confident, and colorful. Without confidence, I would not be the successful stylist that I am and the aspiring artist that I want to be. When I think about what being a Redken artist means to me, I get flooded with emotions. I want someone to look back and say that I changed their career just like Redken has changed mine. I'm overcome with joy that I have the opportunity to educate other hairstylists. To me, being a stylist is more than a job. It's become a career and a passion that grows each and every day. Okay, so you want to color your hair today.
Yes.
What are you looking for exactly?
Kind of something a little bit different. I've seen some people with like some red and copper kind of colors, I guess, on their hair, and I don't know if that would look good on me, but I just want something different. Change it up.
Okay, cool. So are you wanting a bright color? Or are you wanting something a little more muted?
Probably brighter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome, awesome. And you said you've never colored your hair before?
Nope.
Okay, perfect, perfect. And then you're going to look to get how often are you going to get your hair colored?
I don't know. I mean, how frequently would I have to do it?
If you want to go into a red color, I would suggest about every 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Depending on your new growth. Hair typically grows about a ½ inch a month.
Okay.
So you probably want to get it done about every 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned reds and coppers. I think reds would look really pretty on you. A brown red for sure.
Okay.
I wouldn't do anything too dramatic of a red. Just because you do have a little warmth in your skin tone, which is pretty, but I don't think a copper would work for you. I think more of a brown red would work.
Okay.
And since if you pull your hair back and you look at your face shape, you're wider at your cheekbones, and your brow bones are a little smaller, and you have more of a defined chin.
Okay.
And if you look from your side profile, you can see that. So you have pretty much what we call a diamond shaped face.
Okay.
And with diamond shapes, what you want to do is with your haircut, we can create some fullness in your crown when you decide to come back and get your haircut, of course, and to create some lightness through your jaws and your temples and your jaws. So what I would suggest is doing maybe a pretty brown red, something close to your natural color, but then just enhance it, and then add some brighter red pieces just through here. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
Great, perfect. Okay, so we're going to do a brown red with some red highlights just through your temples and through here.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
Perfect.
I'm ready.
Correct. So since you've never colored your hair, let me just explain to you how this process will work. I'm going to take you over to the shampoo bowl and I'm going to pre-treat you. Pre-treating does, it just cleanses your hair from all minerals, irons, styling product buildup, and it just gives me a fresh canvas to work on.
Okay.
And then once I do that, I'll blow you dry and I'll section you off, and then we'll begin your color application, and then that sits on for about 20 minutes.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Great.
Perfect. This is pre-art. This is an intense clarifier that you use before all chemical or texture services to remove buildup of styling product residue, copper or iron minerals, and it just preps the hair for a clean canvas before you do any kind of chemical or texture service. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to dampen the hair.
Okay.
I'm going to apply the pre-art. Just kind of work it into the hair. Okay, you want to make sure that you don't overwork it or massage it into the scalp because it could cause irritation before a chemical service. So we're going to let this sit on for 5 to 10 minutes. If someone has a heavy buildup, you could use heat as well. But since Lori has never colored her hair, she doesn't use very many products, we're just going to leave it on for the 5 minutes. And you set a timer. Okay, so our 5 minutes is up. So what I'm going to do is apply the hair cleansing cream on top of it. And what this does, if you want to apply it on top of the pre-art, if you wet the hair and then apply the cleansing cream, it will become gummy and goopy and it's hard to get out. So what you want to do is you just want to work in some hair cleansing cream for hair.
What did you say that pre-art does again?
Pre-art, the purpose of pre-art is to equalize the porosity of the hair, so it fills in the little holes that are in the hair from either even if you blow dry your hair too much, flat iron your hair too much, your porosity can change, or if you color it. But your instance would be from blow drying. So what this does, it fills like the little holes and gaps in the hair that you can't see, so it makes for even color coverage.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just working in the hair cleansing cream, and then I'm going to rinse her. And then I'm going to apply a second coat of hair cleansing cream just to make sure that the pre-art and everything gets out. And now that she's all rinsed, what we're going to do is we're going to towel dry her hair and apply the Chemistry Extreme Shot, which is a shot phase extreme, and that just puts protein back in her hair. That's a final step to ensure proper color coverage. So I'm going to apply the shot phase extreme to her hair. I'm going to work this in, and this also sits on for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm going to be using the 3.5, and what a 3.5 shot fix is, it's a pH rebalance system. So I'm going to use a 3.5 before a color service, just because if I use the 5.5, I feel like it will completely close off the cuticle and it wouldn't allow for the color penetration. And the 3.5 shot fix will take it back to the natural pH. And you just want to apply 10 to 15 pumps. Then you're just going to apply some extreme conditioner. So apply some extreme conditioner to her ends. And rinse. So now that we've prepped the hair for the color service, what we're going to do is we're going to brush her out and blow her dry 100% to start our color process. Now blown or dry, 100%. We are going to match her natural level with the color finder, which you can find in the back of your any of your color books. Since we're going to do demi-permanent, since she's never colored her hair before, and she's not really sure whether she wants to change, but she doesn't know how she's going to last with it, we're going to do Shades EQ cream. The level finder's in the back of the book. What you're going to want to do is you're going to go to your client's head, and I usually look in the back of her head near the nape to match the natural color. What you're going to do is pull out a little bit of hair, something that you can read a newspaper through, so a thin slice, and then you're going to match your hair color up. She is a 5. And once you blend the hair in with the swatch, you can see that it disappears. So you know that you've matched your color well. What we're going to be doing on Laura today is a 505 BR, which is a brown to tan mahogany red base as her base color with 10 volume scalp to end, since it's a virgin application. And then for her lighter pieces around her jawline and her temples, I'm going to be using 05RR, which is a red base, which has the R5 dye technology in it too. So we're going to be mixing her 05BR, which, like I said, is a Shades EQ cream, is a demi-permanent. So this is her base color that will be applied to zone 1 and 2. Okay, so that's exactly 2 ounces. And then you're going to take your 10 volume peroxide developer, which is 3% hydrogen peroxide, and you are going to measure another 2 ounces, since it's a 1-to-1 mix ratio. And Shades cream is designed to work with 10 volume. Shades EQ Cover Plus, you can use that for gray blending, and you can use that with 10 or 20 volume. Okay, and it's a nice rich consistency, a rich creamy consistency, and that is her base color. So since we're doing a virgin application, we are going to apply to zone 1 first, and we're using the same volume developer in zone 1 and zone 2, just because it's a demi-permanent instead of permanent. If you were doing permanent color, you would increase your developer 20 volumes on the end or 10 volume on the scalp, or vice versa. So we're just we're using 10 volume scalp to ends. We're gonna start. And I've sectioned her off in a U shaping, so that way I can section out where I'm going to do her slices as well, through her temples, through her jawline, and I've just sectioned the back off as well, so that way I have control. If you look down for me, you can see that this is your U shaping, and that's just going to section out the hair that's not going to have any highlights. And then, like I said, her highlights are just going to focus right through here, and I'm not going to do very many of them as well. Start our color application, and I'm going to outline her section here. Be sure to be clean and have neat partings. I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch subsection, and apply about an inch to 1.5 inches out. I'm going to do this on her whole head, and then I will melt her highlights in, and then apply the 05 BR to her zone 2. To the next section of another view. love most about Shades EQ conditioning cream is that it is high shine conditioning, which is made up of the wheat amino acids, and it's also made up of pomegranate oil and rice protein. So a Shades EQ cream, you can do one of many things. You can enhance a natural color, you can glaze it, which is glazing also, you can refine, you can correct and cover gray, and you can also use it as color blocking as well, which is nice because of the rich creamy consistency, it stays in place where you put it. This is my go-to. This is my go-to color, semi-permanent color, when a client comes in and they want to change, but they're kind of hesitant about it. Kind of like Lori, she wants red. You know, she doesn't know how long she's going to keep it, but she wants to change. Also, I use it for my low lighting and color blocking as well. I'm going to go on and move to her U-shaping. I'm not going to put any highlights here because she doesn't need them there. I'm just going to, I just sectioned that off for control, but I am going to go ahead and apply her base color. I'm going to outline her section again. Too much color, but you want to make sure that it's evenly saturated at the scalp. Lori is a natural level 5 with an undertone of red. So really, since we're not lifting, we're not enhancing, or we're not pulling any pigment or any warmth, I should say. We're not exposing her underlying undertone, but at a level 5, it is red. If we were using permanent hair color and we stayed within our same level and we just wanted to brighten it, we could use 20 volume. Like we could use Color Fusion or Chromatics 5BR. And we could use 20 volume at the scalp and 30 volume at the end if she had great coverage. And we could also mix that with a 5N or a 5NW, either using Chromatics or Color Fusion. Shades EQ cream is also has a sister called Shades EQ Gloss, which just is more of a liquid consistency, and they're both used for refreshing faded ends for permanent hair color, which is great, so that way you don't have to pull permanent through every time, and it's America's #1 selling demi-permanent hair color as well. Also, Shades EQ cream is a oxidated dye, and there is no direct dyes found in it. I'm going to mix her highlight color, which is 505RR. Right here, it'll go out my scale. Since I'm not doing very many highlights, I don't need as much color as I do for her face, so I'm just going to do 1 ounce. And do 1 ounce of developer, 1:1 mix ratio. Okay. nice creamy consistency as well. Alrighty, I've mixed up my highlights, which is 05RR and 10 volume. So what we're going to do is we're just going to place some lighter and brighter pieces through her temples and jawline, just through here, and I'm going to do them at a diagonal forward. The diagonal forward is if you were to use your comb and hold it this way, think of a ball rolling this way. If it rolls forward, if you hold your comb this way and if you put an imaginary ball and it rolled this way, that'd be diagonal forward. If you held your comb backwards, that's diagonal backwards. So we're going to do diagonal forwards and we're going to do slices. Diagonal forward. And I went ahead and applied her base color to these pieces first, so that way when I applied the brighter color, I'm just going to melt the two colors together because I don't want really that brighter color on her scalp. So a slice, I'm just going to take a thin slice through here. You want to make sure it's paper thin, and you want to make sure it's no wider than finger width apart. Take my foil. To the scalp. Take my 05RR. And I'm just going to melt them together like so. Foil through the ends. Good, nice, even saturation. And then I'm just going to fold this up so that way I can get to the zone 2 for her end formula. I'm going to go about another inch apart from that foil at another diagonal forward, just past the top of the earlobe. And I'm also going to take another slice. And melt my colors together. And work it through the ends, nice even saturation, and fold it up tight. You want to make sure that you don't fold it too tight so that increase it, so that way the color doesn't move away from the hair and have line fans in the hair. Okay. Go about another inch apart and go at a diagonal forward. Since this one is wider than my fingertips, I'm going to separate it into two separate foils. So I want to make sure you're on a diagonal forward, and make sure you're not on diagonal back. I'm just going to continue to work around her head. So now we're going to pull the same formula, 05BR in Shady Cream, 10 volume through her ends. I'm just going to go back through and find this original subsections you had, 1/8 of an inch. you're going to meet it where you put your original formula and just pull that through the ends. Get nice. You don't want to oversaturate, but you don't want to undersaturate. You want to get the right amount of saturation to get perfect coverage. And you don't want to use your thumb to pull the color through. You want to use the brush. And if you get too much excess color on your hand, you can wipe it off as well. That together either, because the oxygen won't get in and it won't process evenly. So you'll do this for the rest of the head and cover it in zone 2. You pull this through zone 2, and you will process 20 minutes and rinse. We're going to shampoo with Color Extend. Color Extend has cranberry oil in it, which protects the color. We're going to towel dryer and put our chemistry shot on. I'm going to use Color Extend again, just to lock in our color. Massage it through. Then we're going to leave this on for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is up, so I'm going to spray her with the Shot Fix 3.5. Close her cuticle down, seal in and lock in her color. Bring her hair back down to the natural pH of 3.5 to 4.5. Massage it through. Rinse it and then apply Color Extend conditioner. come on over and let's see your beautiful new color. I'm going to use Align number 12 on you today. Align is a smoothing product with an anti-frizz serum, and it also anti-frizz serum, and it also is humidity resistant. And the 12 is just a medium hold.
Okay.
Take a quick to your hair. It's perfect for your hair because you have a little bit of a natural wave, so it'll help smooth it out.
Okay.
And with all this humidity we've been having lately, it will also help protect it from that.
Great.
Perfect. And then shampoo and conditioner that's going to protect your color long term. I would recommend Redken Color Extend Shampoo and Redken Color Extend Conditioner. Okay. They have UVA, UV filters which protect against the sun, and they will also have the IPN technology in it, which is an interlocking protein network, which help rebuild your hair from the inside out.
Okay.
It also has cranberry oil in it, which protects the color vibrancy as well.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, let's blow you dry. Great. With your face shape and all, I know we did a lot today for just color for you since it was your first time coloring, but when you come in for your next haircut, we can even do some more to emphasize your face shape and to help to emphasize your face shape. We can cut some layers in the crown to give you some fullness, and even if you wanted to create a bang, that would be really pretty on you too, and it would flatter your face shape.
Okay.
And then if you, jewelry suggestions, if you want to do some like layered necklaces, you can do some short dangly earrings or some studs, look beautiful on your type of face shape. And also you can wear high collared shirts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Little suggestions. And then you can always emphasize your cheeks too as well and play up your cheekbones, and that would look really pretty too.
Great.
Yeah, so just a few little suggestions for you.
Thank
Let me
you
show
so much.
you. You're welcome. Let me show you the back of your.
Awesome.
Let me show you your color. Yay.
Wow.
You can see you have those little lighter pieces to the ends.
Right. That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yes, great. Perfect. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, you're
Thank
welcome.
you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It was awesome. Very happy. I think Becca did a great job. She listened to what I want, and she chose a color based on, how my skin tones and my face shape, and it's nothing too drastic. And that's exactly what I want. I appreciate that she listened to me and did what I asked her to.